His Winter Wonderland. Prologue. "I'm not crazy," I declared vehemently, as I briefly took my eyes off the wet road leading away from the downtown metropolitan area. A light dusting of snow melted as it hit the black asphalt and splashed against the speeding tires of a small sports car. The snowstorm was beginning. The skies were darkening with a pre-winter storm fog that hid every star from sight. It was going to be a nasty blizzard, just as the Weather Channel had predicted. I searched the center divide of my car, looking for the cell phone which I had propped up in the coin tray moments before pulling out of the parking lot at work. It was glowing from the tray and lighting the dim interior of the Roadster. The device was on speaker and blasting our heated conversation about the vehicle. I located the wide screen and stared at it in disbelief. How could my brother accuse me of being prejudiced? I wasn't. I tried very hard to treat all people fairly. I'd never discriminate against a person for being black, Spanish, or whatever. In fact, I went out of my way to find qualified minority applicants. I quickly redirected my eyes to the highway. I didn't want to cause an accident, simply because I was arguing with my brother while driving. I could not let my temper distract me from the road or the vehicles around me. Fortunately, the expanse of highway I traveled was deserted. It was another sign of the impending storm. Most places of business had closed hours ago. Many weren't waiting for a state of emergency to be declared. "Eric, you know me," I tried to explain, but my youngest sibling wouldn't even let me finish my statement. He was on the attack again.
"That's exactly why I'm telling you this before you make another big mistake."
"What mistake? What are you talking about?" I questioned, while noticing that the light flurries of snow were changing in size and shape as they hit the windshield. The wipers swept them away, but I had to increase the speed in which they did it.
"I was at this week's financial meeting. I saw the reports. I know we didn't make a lot of sales during the summer, which should have been our busiest time of the year."
"And your point is?" I probed. "How does that equate with me being a crazy, racist bit—"
"Hey, sis, I didn't use those exact words."
"You might as well have. It feels like you said them to me. I'm reacting as though you did."
"Well, I didn't. I do not like cursing. I can express myself without that inflammatory, derogatory term. However, what you're planning to do is very wrong. You cannot close an entire factory simply because its employees are black. It's unthinkable."
"Oh, so that's what this is all about. The Quaker Bicycle Factory? You think my decision to close its doors in a few days is based on race?"
"I know it is. Only blacks work there."
I was slowly beginning to realize what this discussion was really about. My baby brother was not championing the rights of a factory to stay open, but instead arguing to keep his girlfriend's job. I knew that he was seeing a woman at the factory, but I didn't know it was serious. Not serious enough for Eric to question my business-making decisions. "This is about Tariqua, isn't it?" I asked, suddenly feeling a bit of relief. For one actual moment, I truly believed that my brother thought I was prejudiced.
"She is not the issue."
I immediately cut him off. "If you want to save your friend from unemployment, then do so. Hire her. Give her a job in your office. Introduce her to all of your business colleagues," I said sarcastically. "But don't use me or racism as a means to do it. This is a business decision. Since the city has started the Bikes for Rent program, our sales have plummeted. We cannot afford to keep the Quaker Bicycle Factory open. It's not cost-effective."
"Tariqua is only one person. What about the other people working for you? They have families. It's the holidays. You aren't closing our other factory. There's a bike rental program going on in that city as well, but all of those employees are white. This isn't how we do business."
"Look, I'm sorry, Eric, but you chose that location. You were the one who hired the people for the factory, and unfortunately now you are going to be the one who shuts it down. But it's not all bad news. They'll still get unemployment."
"I want more time, Alexandria." I heard my brother's voice change to a plea. "Let me try to figure something out. The factory can still make money. Give me time to come up with a few proposals."
"Eric, the Quaker Bicycle Factory is not going to suddenly make us money simply because you want it to.
We are going to close it, sell the property, and invest in the other location. That's how business is done. It's not how I do business," he concluded. "Please, think about what I'm asking. I went to business school for a reason. I can turn this situation around. You can still come out not looking like a racist. If you call me that again, I'm going to turn this car around and drive straight to your house. I swear I will. You do that. Then we can have this conversation face to face," he challenged. "You know I can't," I said, feeling the strain from arguing with my little brother. "I'm house-sitting. I promised my girlfriend, Rachel, that I'd do it. She had to cancel at the last minute and asked me to fill in for her. I'm looking forward to hiding away in the mountains for a weekend. I just hope I don't get snowbound." I laughed, trying to lighten the mood between my brother and myself. We hardly ever argued. Our conversations usually stayed away from explosive topics. We never discussed religion, politics, or race. But obviously, today was going to be one of those exceptions. "Are you almost there?" asked Eric. "I hear the roads are getting worse." "Don't pretend to care," I said playfully. I was still slightly offended by his earlier remarks. "Seriously, sis, get off the roads. I do not want you to get into an accident or stuck on an abandoned highway." "Maybe that would solve your problem. You said you wanted more time." "I do, but not under those circumstances. You may be the CEO, but you are also my sister. Call me when you get to the mountains," said Eric. "And think about the other stuff, too." Eric didn't give me a chance to respond to his request. He hung up, and my phone went silent. I reached blindly for it and disconnected the call.